Donald Trump once again claimed that Canada can't survive without US support. At his first cabinet meeting of his second term, he declared, "If we don't support them, they don't subsist as a nation." In Washington, Trump was already knee-deep in trade battles with the EU, Japan, and now, again, Canada. In Ottawa, Prime Minister Mark Carney didn't react publicly. He was thinking strategically, recognizing that if the US was restructuring its economy, Canada would need to do the same. Privately, Carney made it clear he would reject all attempts to weaken Canada. The pressure was real. Trump had just doubled tariffs on steel and aluminum to 50%. Copper was next, but Carney saw opportunity in the chaos. Trump, after all, was more interested in global optics than bilateral precision. That gave Canada room to maneuver. Trump's tariff blitz included pharmaceuticals, copper, steel, lumber, cars, each meant to force Ottawa into a quick deal. But Carney didn't flinch. Instead, he pushed back. He warned that Canada might cut electricity exports to the US, a sharp reminder that Canada also had leverage. Crucially, Carney understood Trump's style: dramatic threats followed by quiet carve-outs. That's exactly what happened with copper. Trump talked tough but ultimately exempted ores, concentrates, and cathodes. Carney had studied the pattern and used it. While Trump was finalizing a deal with the EU, one with flat 15% tariffs and no exemptions, Carney played a smarter game. His priority was preserving carve-outs under the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement, CUSMA, even if that meant letting some sectors take a hit. Trump's tariffs on non-US content in assembled cars reached 25%. CUSMA didn't shield Canada from that, yet Carney didn't panic. This wasn't about winning every battle, but about choosing the right ones. Dan Kelly of the Canadian Federation of Independent Business summed it up: sectoral tariffs hurt, but much of Canada's trade stayed tariff-free. Carney's strategy was to use metals as bargaining chips while protecting the broader economic foundation. Ironically, Trump's global strategy helped Carney. The 50% tariffs weren't just on Canada, they hit everyone. Carney's goal wasn't to eliminate them outright, but to ensure Canada wasn't treated worse than Europe or Japan. And he succeeded. When Trump threatened a 35% tariff on Canadian goods not meeting CUSMA terms, Carney held firm. His negotiators, Kirsten Hillman and Dominic LeBlanc, worked the clock, banking on Trump needing a pre-summit win. The gamble paid off. Trump got his headline, but Carney got substance. The final deal kept key CUSMA carve-outs intact. Steel and aluminum stayed at 50%, but both sides agreed to revisit them. Copper tariffs were narrowed, and Canada's cathode exports were excluded. Business leaders recognized the win. Dan Kelly said, "Not the deal we would design, but a deal we can live with." Catherine Fortin-Lefebvre of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce called the tariffs egregious, but praised the survival of critical exemptions. This wasn't just about short-term relief. Carney preserved Canada's trade framework, setting the stage for smarter negotiations in the next CUSMA review. The average tariff rose to 2%, 10 times last year, but far better than the feared 15% blanket tariff. Trump held a press conference and claimed victory. Carney faced Canadians and showed that he had protected their economy. Both sides claimed success, but only one kept the structure intact. For Canadian businesses, the relief was immediate. Yes, some ate heavy costs, on average $9,000 per business since March, but the worst-case scenario had been avoided. By the end of the week, it was clear. Trump had set the deadline, but Carney turned it to Canada's advantage. He played the long game, showing that Canada could negotiate with calm, precision, and power. This is True State Report. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.